Hello learners, welcome back to the C programming lecture series. I Kirti Sharma am working as an assistant professor in St Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. Today in this lecture series of the C programming, we will discuss loop control structures. We have already discussed the decision making statements like if statement, if else statement and else if ladder with and switch statements already we have discussed in the previous lecture with the help of examples also. So in this lecture we will discuss the loop control structure in which we have repetitive structures like types of repetitive structures, then conditional and controlled. Under the conditional and counter controlled. Under the condition controlled, we will discuss the while and do while loop. Looping we will study here, actually repetitive structure itself denoting them like looping. So you can also do the name as looping here, right? Both are the same things, no need to confuse. So conditional control looping and counter control looping. Under the conditional control looping, we will discuss the while and do while loop and do while loop, and under the counter control we will discuss the for loop. So we will discuss these topics in detail in this lecture. So it's very important from exam point of view to discuss these topics, so stay tuned with the lecture and we will complete all these things one by one. So let's start with the loop control structure. So what it's mean actually, loop control structure. A loop means you're starting from a point and after and again coming back to the same point. After you're repeating the number of things again and again. You're covering the same thing again and again. That's a loop itself. Okay. So in the C programming, we have the number of statements to execute. If we execute a portion of the statement, repeat portion of the program, which consists of number of statements which we are executing again and again repeatedly, that means we are looping the number of statements. For that purpose we have some controlled structure here. Okay, so loop involves the repeating some portion of the program either a specific number of times or until a particular condition is satisfied. So to repeat the number of statements, we have two things: either a certain number of times we are declaring that 10 times the statement is repeating, 20 times statement is repeating. Otherwise we are putting a condition like until and unless something is greater than 0 it will execute, right? So yeah, either we are putting some particular condition or we are putting a like a number of times that particular statement has to execute. There are two ways to apply the conditioning for the to execution of the number of the statements in repetitive manner. Okay, so repetitive operations, that means looping. So no need to confuse, looping is also same thing. Repetitive operation if I'm saying, or looping, both are the same thing. So in this we achieved the like while, do while loops and for loop that we will study now. So next, first we have to discuss about repetitive structures, what it is actually. So repetitive structure consists of these points, like first thing, entry point and initialization. What it's mean actually, in repetitive structure, or you can say looping structure, before or at the point of entry into the structure, during the entry point into the structure, some variables are initialized which are controlled during the execution of the repetitive structure. So that means in the repetitive structure we have controlled by which we have controlled by putting some variables initialization. Okay, so some initial point, some entry point will be there and some initialization is there in the repetitive structure. Second thing is loop. So what it's mean actually, loop, we are providing some conditions like a set of statements we have to execute in the which we are using in the repetitive structure, and these statements are executed many times. Well, these statements appear once in the program. So you have to write once in the program these statements, and you can execute the statement number of times. No need to write it again and again in order to execute several number of times. So whatever the number of time, like you want to execute a statement 10 times. So no need to write it 10 times. You can use write the particular statement only once in a program, and you can use the looping structure in order to execute that single statement 10 times. So it's the advantage to use the looping. It will like it will optimal use the memory location. So memory space will taken by the program will be less, because we are using the one statement and we are executing that particular single statement 10 times rather than writing the single statement multiple 10 times. Okay, So next is exit point. Of course, entry point is there and initialization is there, and we are executing the number of statements. Then after we have the exit point. In we have to come out of the loop. So entry point of the loop, right? Then we have to write the number, the statement for which we want to those statements which we want to repeat, and at last we have to do the exit from the loop, right? So a loop does not become infinite loop. If loop become the infinite, it will never come out of the structure. So that is important to note it down. Okay, so next thing that we have here, it's the entry flow chart for the same thing, like entry point and initialization. This is a repetitive structure flow chart. Okay, so then we have the body of the repetition, how many times the statements we have to execute, that statement we have to return here in the body of the repetition, and then we have the exit point here, right? So there are the two types of the repetitive structure. First one is conditional controlled and counter controlled. So terms matter here. It may possible direct will not be there, like questioning could be in the form of condition controlled, counter controlled repetitive structure, rather than it will direct ask like explain do while loop and while loop, for loop. So just make the note of this thing. If we are using the repetitive structure means we are using discussing about the looping structure itself. I'm just giving the synonym or name for the looping itself. Okay, what about the conditional control and counter control? These are the types of the looping itself. Like conditional controlled having the two types of the loops, do while loop and while loop, do while loop and while loop, and counter controlled have the loop, for loop, right? So under these categories of the repetitive structures, or you can say looping, we have two categories in which we have to control the structure. Whatever is written in the repetitive structure, we have to control it by putting the conditional control or counter controlled. Conditional controlled, under the conditional controlled category, there are the two loops, while loop and do while loop, and counter controlled repetitive structure consists of for loop. So we will discuss one by one. First, we have condition controlled. What it's mean actually? In condition controlled, in this loop, body is repetitively execute until the given condition becomes true. So we have a condition. Until that condition becomes true, then it will take like you have to you have to enter in the body or you have to skip it. Okay, body of the loop. So it will decide. Who will decide? Condition will decide. Either if the condition is true, then you have to enter. You will get you will issue the entry point. Otherwise you have to take the exit directly. You cannot do the entry. So it's the main theme. Okay, so two types, like while and do. Okay, do while. Okay, so here I'm editing do while loop. Okay, so next is counter controlled. What it's mean actually? In this method, we know the number of times the set of statements is to be executed, right? So in this type of the structure, we use a counter, okay, whose value changes during the execution. When counter attains a predetermined value, then the repetition is terminated. But it's mean we have to initialize a variable, then counter value will be there, and you have to change that counter value during the execution of the program, and counter attains a predetermined value, whatever is predetermined, right? So the repetition is terminate. That is the main concept to use the for loop. Okay, so it was all about the types of the counter control. So that is under the counter control we will discuss the for loop, and under the condition control we have to discuss the while and do while loop. Next we have the discussion about like while loop. The while loop is used when the number of times the loop has to be executed is not known in the advance actually. What it's mean, first you have to check the condition, like while a loop is used to iterate the part of the program, how many times it has to iterate means you have to repeat the part of the program, how many times you have to repeat, it should be the known, right? In while loop, condition is given before the statement. Of course, here is the syntax, I'm just explaining it with the help of syntax. In the while loop, you have to write the while keyword first, then first you have to enter the condition. If this condition, whatever you will enter here, if it is true, then only you will come in the you will get the entry point here, right? And whatever is the statement is written here, it will execute repeatedly. How many times? Until this condition becomes false. Okay, until this condition become false. So it depends on the condition whatever you have written here, like how many times the statement within the body of the while loop has to execute. Okay, so it's actually while and do while both are different. Okay, so do while we will study later, but in the while loop we have to execute the statement. It may possible like statements will execute 0 or more times, like minimum it may possible 0 times statement will execute. That means statement are not executing. It may possible minimum 0 and maximum any number of times the statement can repeat itself, whatever is written in the while body loop. Okay, so this is the flow chart for the while loop, where we have the condition at the entry point, and then if this condition is true, then whatever is the statement number of the statements written in this particular block of the program, like under the while loop body, so you have to execute those statements repeatedly until this condition becomes false. Whenever this condition becomes false, then come directly out of the loop, so exit point will be there. So we have discussed the 3 points. Entry point, under the entry point we have some condition, we have to check the condition. If condition is true, then we have to execute the statements. How many number of times? Whatever is the condition, it depends on the condition. So if as much number of times the condition becomes true, as number of as per this those times, like the statements also execute. Whenever the condition becomes false, it will come out, so exit point will be there. It was all about the while loop. So we have the like do while loop structure syntax here. In the do while, first we have to write the do, then block of the statements whatever you have, then while with the condition. There is no any body for the while here. Here do will execute the statements and while will check the condition only, and then after it will terminate. So we have to use the termination symbol here, this semicolon indicating the termination. So in C programming, each and every statement will terminate with the help of this semicolon symbol. So here we are terminating this particular thing, we are not aligning the body here, right? So it's the flow diagram. Like in the do part, the number of the statements are there, then after you have to check the condition. First you are executing the statements, then after you are checking the condition. If the condition becomes true, then it will again execute the statement repeatedly. Whenever, at what point the condition becomes false, it will take the exit point, okay, from the loop. So it was all about the while loop and do while loop. So we will take the example to get the better understanding. Like in the do while loop, what it is, int one variable we are declaring. This is a program to write the number 1 to 10, right? If you will type the same program in the editor, you will get the same thing here, right? What it's mean, we have written the statement that we have to repeat under the do block. So whatever we want to repeat, you have to write it over here under the do block. Okay, so we want to print the values of I. /n is the escape sequence that we have already discussed. This means next line. /n that is indicating escape sequence, it means as next line. Okay, so whatever you are printing here, percentage d is indicating what? Integer type value. So I is a integer, so at the place of percentage d, it will print the value of I. What is the value of I? It's 1. So 1 is printed here. Then next line. So compiler will come in the next line. There is nothing to print here, right? Up to now 1 is printed. Next, increment operator. What is the main purpose of post increment operator? Whatever is the value of I first, like 1 value, after printing that value, it will do the increment, post increment. At that particular time, its value is 2 only. Sorry, 1 only. But after that particular statement, whenever we will use the same variable, it will become 2. Okay, so that is the difference between pre-increment and the post-increment operator. Pre-increment operator, if I will use here pre-increment operator, what is the difference here? It will increment the I value here only. If you will print here, if you will write here printf for I increment, then it will print the value 1, right? But if you are doing the pre-increment, for the post increment it will be 1. If you will use the pre-increment, it will show you the 2 value here. Okay, so that is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment. Here its value is 1 itself. I'm just indicating here with the help of comments. Then again it has to come here after checking the condition. First here need to check the condition. I value is, here I value becomes what? 2. I value becomes 2. So 2 is less than equals to 10. Yes, it is true. Just mark one thing here. First time you are executing the statement, whatever is written in the do block, by default you are executing. There is no any kind of checking or condition checking that this particular block is able to repeat or execute or not. So is it permitted to execute this block or not? Permission is denied or given to the compiler. So we are not even checking it. Okay, so for the very first time it will execute by default, and then after we will check the condition for the leftover things. So 2, then again we will go here in the do block, it will print 2 here, then do the increment, then in the next, by coming in the next line, then again do increment, check the condition, yes 3 is also less than, then again print the 3 and come this side. So it will do execute up to 10. Whenever it will get here 10 and do the increment in I, it will become 11. 11 is less than equals to 10, it will becomes false. Whenever your conditioning become false, then only whenever the condition becomes false, then only our program will terminate. Okay, so it was all about the do while loop and while loop. In while loop we have the while, same example for the while loop also. We are seeing here, in by using the while loop, first we are checking the condition and then we are printing the same thing. We have written the same program 1 to 10 to print the 1 to 10 values by using the do while and while loop. Here first we are checking the condition, then after we are printing the values. So how many minimum number of times the statement will execute? Here in the while loop, minimum number of time can be 0, right? It may possible, right? In the while loop, minimum number of the time statement will execute, it may be 0, it could be 0, but in the do while loop, it will be 1. Once it will execute by default, after then it depends on the condition. So that is the difference between while and do while loop. That means it is less secure. Do while loop is less secure. It will execute the statements once without checking any condition. That means it is less secured. So comparative to the while loop. So that's why we have to study the while loop after do while. So next is infinite while loop. What do you mean by infinite while loop? Actually, if you pass the 1 as a constant expression here to check the condition, 1 means it's true. So 1 means true. True, false. By binary, 1 is always indicate true and 0 indicate false. So what it's mean, if you have returned the same true one in the statement, in the expression here, while checking the condition itself, then only you are representing what it's mean. It will execute the statement how many number of times? Always it will remain true. There it will never be false. So this particular loop will repeat itself, whatever is the statement written in this loop, infinite number of times. That's the reason it's known as infinite while loop. Okay, so if I will write here 0 at the place of 1, that means false. So first time only it will come out. So it's nothing actually, it's just if you are not even executing, it's an example I'm just telling you. Like 1 is there, that means always true. So whatever is the statement you are trying to execute by writing in this block, while block, it will execute infinite number of times. Okay, it was all about the infinite loop. Same here we have do while loop also. So what about the do while loop? Infinite, one more thing, infinite loop can be do while loop also or while loop also. So we have discussed the same thing for the both. So next is do while loop. The main thing in the main points to note in the do while loop is to execute a part of program or code several times. We can also use the do while loop. The code given between do while block will execute until the condition is true. It's same as life of the while loop. But in the do while loop, statement is given before the condition. That's why statement will execute at least once. It's important to mark here, right? So it executes one or more times, and while loop executes zero or more times. Okay, that is the difference. So it's better to have a execute the code at least once here, right? So next, what we have some differentiation, like differences between while and do while loop. It is important one to mark here. It may possible in the exam, directly will be question, they ask the question like what is the difference between while and do while. So I think practically you, all of you are easily understanding these things, what are the differences. So you have to just write it down into the paper, what is the difference, what are the differences between while and do while loop actually. So it is called as entry control loop, it is called as exit control loop. Why is it so? Because on the entry point in the while loop we are checking the condition here, then after we are giving the entry in the loop. But in the do while loop we are not checking the condition at the entry point, but we are, rather than we are checking the condition at the exit point. That's why it's known as exit control loop, and this is entry control loop. So next is condition is checked before loop is executed. Of course, before executing the statements we are checking the condition here, but here you are checking the condition at the end. So never execute the loop if condition is false. If first time only condition becomes false, it will never execute the statement, even though once. So zero number of times the statement will execute in case first time only the condition is becoming false. So this one is executing condition is at least once, since condition is checked later, like once on for the first time it will execute, the compiler will execute the condition. So it may possible like one time it will execute whether the condition is false on false also, like the first time it will get false, then after also it will execute the statement once. Then that is the difference. The next difference is there is no any semicolon at the end of the while loop. It will use the syntax like while, then you have to write the condition whatever you want, then after block is there, curly within the curly braces. There is no any semicolon to terminate the while loop. Here in the do while loop, always while statement will terminate, like condition whatever you have written, then it will always terminate by putting the semicolon here like this. Okay, this is the termination. So it is a low, take the lower time execution time and speed while loop rather than do while loop. Do while takes higher execution time and speed. Okay, so there is no fixed number of iterations in the while loop, but in the do while loop there are the fixed number of iterations. So this is a syntax for while and do while, and flowchart of the while and do while is also different. So you can take the examples further to differentiate the while and do while loop. Okay, so it was all about the differences of the while and do while loop. It may possible the direct question come in your exam, so make sure you are getting each and every difference very well. You are able to get these things. So up to now we have discussed the lots of things regarding the looping, like repetitive structures. So we have discussed the different types of the repetitive structures, in which we discussed the condition controlled, and in which under the category of the condition controlled we discussed the while loop, do while loop, then what is the syntax of the while loop, how to use the while and do while loop with the help of examples we have discussed. Then after we've discussed the infinity, like infinite while loop, what it's mean, what do you mean by infinite while loop, infinite do while loop. So these are the major questions that may come from the, like there is a major chances to come the question directly from this portion of your syllabus. So at last we have discussed the differences whatever we got throughout the discussion. We have mentioned them into a structural way, so as a differences between both, like while and do while. So in the next lecture we will discuss the counter controlled, in which we discuss like for loop. So with the help of examples and to get the more clarity, we will discuss that particular topic into the next lecture. So stay tuned with the lectures. Thank you. Have a nice day.